truth is, like, there's gonna be people who make you feel this way, and those people are not for you. If someone makes you feel bad, they're just not your friend, or they're not going to be a good friend to you, and like, fuck them, it doesn't matter. But you're going to meet amazing people who make you feel seen, who you get on with really well. Also, I recommend meeting a lot of people, say yes to everything, go to events, network, whatever, because the more people you meet, the more you will realize that you just naturally do not mesh with everyone. More often than not, some people are just not your vibe, and that's okay. You will find your people if you try. Where are you going to find your people? In like-minded communities. If you're a gamer, perhaps you're going to meet your friends on Discord. I really don't appreciate when people say, oh, I want to meet people the old-fashioned way. Well, we live in a modern society. We have technology at our disposal, social media, and you can either hate it or utilize it. You need to utilize whatever resources you have to make friends. If you're an introvert, you might find people are scary, and that's why I said just go meet as many people as possible, and I promise you're going to get over your fear. You cannot go into friendships thinking, what does that person offer me? Friendship is a two-way street, which means especially when they're talking, you're listening. When you're talking, they're listening. It needs to go two ways. It also means you both need to follow up with each other. Additionally, when making friends, in the early stages, you don't really want to overshare. I know a lot of people will tend to overshare because they think this is how I'm forming a bond. Actually, I talked about this in one of my videos a few years ago, but there was some research paper that demonstrated people who overshare actually frighten the other person, especially if that other person is very like mentally healthy and stable, because most people, they don't want to deal with your trauma. They've just met you. You don't need to tell them what your entire lore. They don't need to know your lore yet. If you guys need help figuring out if there is something wrong with you, then maybe you should be trying therapy. Seriously, I talk about therapy all the time, but it's a great way to analyze yourself, figure out what's wrong, heal yourself, because I always say the more you know yourself, the better your relationships are going to be. You're just going to be more self-aware. You will see yourself in every person you meet. I swear to God, little things I do, I see it in other people, and it helps me understand them better. No one wants to be your personal therapist. You need to respect people's boundaries. Also, in friendships, a lot of people, I think, are insecure. So this is a very common feeling I found, where people will think, oh, that person hates me, or everyone hates me, nobody likes me. It's just your own thoughts demonizing you. You need to be rational. But if you really struggle to maintain friendships, you need to ask yourself, am I the problem? Am I following up with my friends, or am I not doing anything and expecting them to reach out to me? It's also not friendship if you are just showing up for someone and then they never show up for you. The type of friend you want is the type of friend you need to be. So you need to ask yourself, am I being a good friend to my friends? You need to be supportive, and you need to make people feel seen. If you're somebody that considers themselves to be really socially awkward, don't worry, like, you're going to find your crowd, and I promise you're probably overthinking your situations. You shouldn't be going into a meeting, a lunch, or just any interaction thinking that person hates me. Go into it thinking they like me, and you will be acting differently, I swear. Because don't forget something called the self-fulfilling prophecy. Self-fulfilling prophecy is basically like, if somebody thinks badly of you and you know about it, you are going to fulfill that prophecy and start to act like that. So similarly, if you're going into every interaction going, they hate me, you're probably going to act not like yourself. You might act like a worse person. Yeah, when going out and making friends, it's less about impressing them and honestly more about finding people who are genuine, share similar interests as you, and not even just interests, but values. I think values are more important than your interests, especially as you grow older. Pick your close friends wisely. And once you have your close friends, maintain the connection and foster the relationship.